How's it going? This is Anthony Maxwell checking in with one of my first videos I wanted to do was just a walkthrough of all the equipment I have. I basically spent $100 and I've got an entire gym worth of equipment. I can get an entire body workout anytime I want, or anywhere I want. And it all fits here on my back. Anywhere I go, I got my backpack with me. It's heavier than most backpacks, I'd say. But we got a lot in here and it's really exciting. You can literally change your life in just a matter of a couple months by buying this equipment and creating positive habits that impact your life, right? So we'll talk about all that later. We'll get into the habit building in a later episode, but let's get into the good stuff. So like I said, I can fit an entire gym worth of equipment in here and take it anywhere. Like I'll go outside to parks, just anywhere, literally. I'll work out at work on my breaks. I take this equipment to the gym also, and I just include it in my weight exercises. And doing so has just, I've seen a huge difference in performance in myself and stamina overall, and strength overall, and overall aesthetic. I'm not quite built perfectly, not quite chiseled out of a marble, but I'm well on my way. And I'm pretty early in the journey, honestly. Still in a testing phase, if you will. So let's just dive into it. Alright, here we go. Alright, so the way I distribute it through the backpack is I put the heavier things on bottom. That just creates a better center of gravity for when you're wearing it. Alright, so I keep everything in nice little bags. Keeps everything nice and organized, categorized. And then in the very bottom, I'll start here, I suppose. I just have a couple like wrist weights or ankle weights or arm weights or whatever. You can do anything with these things. It's just sandbags that you wrap around your wrist or ankle. And you might notice, you might look goofy doing this. You might look like a crazy person doing all this stuff. But let me tell you, the results come quickly, and they give you a sense of joy in being that you can't achieve without, taking care of your body the right way and just working out and being a healthy person in general. So we need a health revolution, and this is my contribution to it. Okay, so wrist weights, check. And that's it for the backpack. You can still fit things like notes for life or working out or planning and anything else. It's a military grade backpack, tactical backpack, has lots of compartments, straps on it. I recommend getting one. Okay. Alright, so let's jump into the equipment that I have to, or no, first we'll get into the resistance bands themselves, of course. So we have several different types of resistance bands, ranging from small to large, and with them you can target any muscle in your body. As long as you know the anatomy and the function of your muscles and your body, then you can work out any part of your body anytime you want, relatively easily, compared to going to a gym and lifting lots of heavy weights over and over again, to get results that may not be exactly what you're looking for. So we'll start with the smallest of the bands that I have. They are these small, probably little, like 10-inch resistance bands, varying in strength, and they have these clips on the end, very strong clips, and they're going to be partnered with a piece of equipment in this bag that I bought together. And these are just a crazy piece of equipment. You can use these on your legs, making you more explosive, like when it comes to running, jumping, things like that. And just building your core strength overall, just because the stress it puts on your legs just drives through the rest of your body. And as we go through this, we'll learn that it's just all about stressing yourself out, stress your body out in new ways every day, and in the same ways every day. And you're gonna have the life you want. That's it. You can be fit. So, little resistance bands with clips. Check. These are the most recent ones I got, not my originals. These are my original resistance band loops that I got, and I don't have the entire variety pack anymore because I've given some away. I've lost some, I've broken some, and this one is a broken one, for example. I just broke it yesterday, so I can't wait to find out what I can do with it. And that's the beautiful thing about it too. Even though I broke the resistance band, I can still use it. And green is the lightest, but what's cool about these also is if I just fold it in half and like twist it together, just braid it, then it doubles in strength and it is way less likely to break. So resistance bands, either small, large, circular, straight, it doesn't matter. Like, you can always use them to make yourself stronger, make yourself better. Alright, so small loops. These are great for, like, when I'm on. Once again, you might look crazy doing this, but when you're on runs or. Here, let's bring the camera. There we go. Yeah, alright, so you got your medium and the extra light. This broke because it just got a small tear in it, and instead of breaking it on my face, I went ahead and tore it so I could just use it in different ways than I have before. Because that's one other thing that we'll get into is safety with resistance bands. You always need to be performing with safety in mind. That's always the first thing that you need to think about when you're doing anything that creates large amounts of potential energy, like lifting weights or stretching out these bands. They are colorful and pretty, but these things pack a lot of force, especially once you start combining them and you get into thicker bands. If one of these snap on you in the gym, you're gonna be in trouble. It's gonna hurt. Alright, so red is the heaviest. I've got 2 of these. I'll combine these usually. You'll notice as you use resistance bands, they get easier and easier, as you get stronger. So you're gonna have to start, moving up to thicker bands and combining them and getting creative with ways you can stress yourself out. Because you'll notice that, day 1, this green band is working you out, but day 3, day 4, it's just not what it was before. It's easy now. It's not giving you that burn. So then you move up to medium. And it's just like that. You don't have to go crazy. You're just stretching rubber bands. But it's making you stronger. It's going to help develop your muscles. And this, coupled with a balanced cardio, vascular, activity-based lifestyle, and sorry about that, and the right nutritional habits and choices, then you're going to feel great, you're going to look great, you're going to perform great at work, you're going to perform great socially, you're going to perform great sexually, you're going to perform great in every aspect of your life. And it's just a matter of creating habits that help you achieve positive life goals. You set your goal, you find what habits will lead to your goal, and you build those habits and you maintain those habits. And naturally, you'll succeed. Alright. Sorry, I'm taking forever talking. I'll lay this out. Alright, so those are the small loop resistance bands. And our next category is the heavy duty bands. These are formerly called pull-up assistant bands or something along those lines, pull-up bands. And basically, if you anchor this band to a bar that you want to do pull-ups on, and you loop it around your feet or your knees or whichever part of your body, then it makes doing the pull-up easier, and that's absolutely true. But that's not what you're going to be using these for most of all, because after you use these for a couple weeks, you're going to be able to do pull-ups like easy. Like you're going to be like, wait, I don't need these bands at all to help me up, unless you have weight that you're trying to get off. Then these bands plus the cardio for long enough, you're going to make it. You're going to lose the weight, and you're going to be doing pull-ups like everybody else, dude, like a champ. So these are my most favorite bands, for sure. And these were around $30 for a set of 4, with red being the lightest resistance, but the most used. This is my most commonly used band, and that's just because of the versatility. It's great for stretching, it's great for warming up. If you double it up like this and make it half the length, but twice the strength, it really does make for a challenging workout on your muscles. It isn't just a walk in the park. It really can force your body to improve. So, like I said, $30 for a set of these 4. I'm missing the next level up, unfortunately. I lost that. That's something that I assume is going to happen for the rest of my life. I'll constantly be having to buy more of these. They'll get old, they'll break, I'll lose them, probably most likely. So, that color would have been black. That was a great, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, that band had a great tension to it. It was really practical also, but it wasn't too heavy, and I'm really sad that I lost it. Going along with that, I plan on getting another set of these to match, because having 2 of all of these gives you so many possibilities when it comes to workouts that are stressing out both sides of your body at the same time, in every position. Just really exciting stuff, honestly. But alright, so next we have purple. This one is probably this one's pretty strong. The first time you use this one, you're gonna be like, oh man, I can't really work with that. That's way too strong for me. And that's true. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. That's good, in fact. And but you'll notice in no time. It took me probably like a month or so, and now I'm really starting to use this purple band more. Especially since I lost the black one, I had to jump up a level. Didn't have a choice. But yeah, this one I'm excited for. I feel like once I am really exercising with this one easily and smoothly, I'm gonna be pretty strong at that point, because this is pretty heavy. And then lastly, this is, sorry about that once again. This is the most this is the strongest band. At first I couldn't even play with this one. I couldn't even pick it up yet. And this one truly would be like the best for assisting you in pull-ups, especially if you're bigger than anybody. Like with this band or multiple, like if you're a big person, like you can be a couple 100 pounds, 200, 300, 400 pounds. And if you're a 450-pound person, if you have enough resistance bands, probably a couple of these bad boys, you can do a pull-up again. Like, think of the last time you did a pull-up. Long time. You could do it today if you had these. As long as you're in any, unless your arms will fall off. But these are going to change your life. Alright, so purple, green, these are the huge ass bands. Pull-up bands, my most favorite category of bands, the most versatile category of band. You can use these for everything. You attach these to the weights you're working out with. You use these when you're at the park, walking your dog. You do this when you're just showing off at the pool. You do this when you're creating balance. That's another thing is, we haven't popularized the activities that reap the most benefits in physical health, mental health, but on a personal level we can also do them, and I'm on the journey of finding these positive habits and activities, and want to practice them, and I want to spread them to anybody that wants to join me. I've had a couple people at the gym stop me out and be like, dang dude, that's a lot of equipment, what are you doing? And I'll show them what it's all about, and instantly they're always like, damn bro, these are sick, I gotta get me some of these. I gave a couple of them to one guy, and I hope it opens his eyes. I hope he, that's the great thing about these, because they're not intimidating like weights. Like weights are big, cold, heavy, you know. Your grandma ain't moving no weights, your mama ain't, your sister ain't, you know. Ain't nobody playing with them. They're old school, they're big rocks, you know, they're just shiny rocks, right? These, people don't think do anything for your body because they're colorful little bands, rubber bands. They're just rubber bands. And we don't really associate that with, you know, being ripped, being big, being strong, being swole, you know, being whatever, being the alpha. We don't associate the bands with the alpha, right? But no doubt these bands create alphas. It's not a doubt in my mind. Like, I've seen the other YouTubers out there, like the other guys preaching about these things, they're swole for a reason. Like, some of these guys can't perform with weights. They can only use these just because their body's limits. And even though they're limited, because they know about this technology, they're able to be ultra healthy and super happy because of that. That's one thing that we're going to notice along this journey that I already know is physical health and mental health are the same thing. And it starts with your body. That is what you are. That's all you are. You know, it's what you eat, and then it's what you do with what you eat, you know, on a physiological level. Like, do you just eat and then sit and turn into fat? Or do you push yourself every day and then eat and then build muscle? It comes down to the decisions you make. Anybody can do it. It's easy. I'm not there yet. I know I'm not the swollest guy out there, but I look better than average. And I've only done this in a couple months. Like a couple months ago, I didn't have any like abdominal like cuts at all. Like, you can see my abs now. And a couple months ago, you couldn't see my abs. I've always had small pecs, and I feel like that's going to be one of the most time-consuming parts to develop, just like mass to time ratio, just because they're such big muscles. But since I've gotten more and more of these bands, and I've diversified my workouts more and more with you know, $100 worth of equipment, I stopped going to the gym, bought all my own equipment over the course of a couple months from like Goodwill and Amazon, right? And without stepping foot in the gym, I was able to start defining my pecs, defining my abs, defining every muscle in my body, like literally just all of them, the core, the back, and it really just established confidence for me to go back to the gym and go into the gym, you know, not only go in with enough confidence to go walk in the doors, but to walk in there, take my shirt off, you know, have intense workouts where I'm acting crazy with resistance bands and weights and jumping all around and, you know, acting a fool, but doing it safely, of course. And but it's unorthodox and it's weird socially, and I've only gotten good feedback off of it so far, and that's a great feeling. Something that if we all experience, it makes your life better. It makes your life completely better. You walk around happier. So I'm gonna help you get there. This is what I'm for. I feel like this is my purpose. To make videos that nobody watches, no thumbs up, no likes, no viewers. For some reason, I feel like this is a step in the right direction. Alright. Capacity is just a straight resistance band. So that's one thing that I did have before The actually very first set of resistance bands that I had was they were straps like this, like they were flat, but they were thin like this. They were like if I scaled this up to this size, basically. And those got thrown away at work, unfortunately, just because they thought they were rubber bands, just big random rubber bands that had no purpose. So, yeah, be careful where you leave them. People don't know what they are, so like I've written my name and stuff on it to show that it has, personal value to somebody, and deters people from just like throwing them away because they think they're like a piece of packaging or something. But it also helps when there's logos on it. But that being said, now I'm down to this one straight tube that I actually pulled off of another piece of equipment that was like an ab wheel of sorts, and but with a resistance band incorporated in it. And I saw it and I was like, oh, I miss those straight bands. I feel like I want some of these quality bands, these thick ones. I want some of these in straight form. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity there. That's what's great about these is the different shapes and sizes. The more diversity you have, the more diverse workouts you can have, and the better your results are going to be. That's it. If you diversify the way you think, the way you act, the way you work out, the way you eat, if you diversify in the right ways, in positive ways, and create positive habits in all of those fields, then you're going to have a great life. That's just it. We're all on this journey together, and it's about making the most of it. And if we're here, we might as well live a healthy life. So let's help each other. Let's hold each other accountable to create positive habits and create a healthy lifestyle for us. We as Americans are missing out on this completely. And the only way for us to live through the next 20, 30, 40 years and not see, some of our brothers, sisters, friends lose their lives or health or happiness to, nutrition-based diseases like diabetes or cancer or, there's so many of them. Those are just two that are easily caused by having poor nutritional and lifestyle choices. And I know, so many people in my family, we're from Nebraska, the only thing people do there is eat. And I know a lot of my family that's struggling with weight, and I used to be kind of chubby as a kid, and I'd ask my mom, like, Mom, why am I fat? I'm like, not like the other kids. And my mom would be like, oh, you're not fat, honey. And I feel like I wish my mom was like, well, that's because of what you eat. And when you eat things, that makes your body, fat. Or, whatever. She could explain it like a wonderful mother could. But I wish she wasn't just like, oh, you're okay, you're normal. Because if I would have continued making the choices I was making, living the lifestyle I was, and keeping the habits that I had, or not expressing the habits that I have or am creating now, if I didn't make those changes on my own, nobody pushed me from the outside. If I didn't make those changes, then I'd be so much less happy. I'd probably hate my life. I'm not rich, I'm broke. I'm basically homeless. I just have a freaking gym in my backpack, what the heck? Buy everything from Goodwill. I don't have a lavish lifestyle at all. Like, I don't have insurance, my car's not registered. I'm freaking driving a hoopty. But that's alright, life is still good. Because I'm healthy. Because I'm happy. those are related. The healthy and happy, they're related very closely. I'll notice when I don't work out 2 days in a row, I don't have the rush, I don't have the spunk, I don't have the spark. I'm just laying around being lazy, just doing nothing. But when I'm stretching these big rubber bands and challenging myself and pushing myself and being disciplined and just forming habits and being conscious of the difference between habits and choices or decisions. A habit's something you do every single day, no matter what, because of a certain trigger, and you get a certain pleasure from it. So for me, a trigger for working out would be getting home from work. I've made it a habit lately to come over here to the gym when I get out of work. So as a result of me working out in the gym, I feel good and I'm happy. And when I see myself in the mirror, I like what I see and that makes me happy. So that's my trigger, my action or my habit, and then my reward. Oh. Should I be in the middle? I guess I should. Honestly, I stand. Would have been best standing up. Maybe. But this all being said, sorry, I get distracted. I almost needed to kind of say it all before. I haven't practiced any of this or rehearsed anything. I've just been winging this whole YouTube thing, and so far I've gotten maybe 2 viewers for probably a total of 30 seconds. One dude actually said something in one of my streams, and that's pretty cool. He said keep it up, bro, and that's pretty cool. But I guess I'm basically just making these for myself. I guess in the future with these, I'd like to just go over different exercises I do with these. Just give examples of great resistance band exercises, especially mixed with weights. And right now I'm walked out of the gym. I don't have a swipe card. It's technically not my gym. It's not my apartment. It's my friends. I've always gotten in based on the goodwill of others. There's a truck going in, so I'm gonna throw a shirt on just so they don't think I'm actually crazy. Sorry, my shirt was propping up my iPad, so that's sick. And yeah, it's 6:30 in the morning. And I guess it's Sunday morning, so nobody's up, but usually there's people in the gym all night long, and especially in the early morning, they always let me in. Let me work out with them. But not today, so I'm just out here on the deck in Austin, Texas. It's raining. It's raining. It's a nice little rain. So let's run through the equipment one more time before we get into the accessories. So let's run through the resistance bands, I guess. So we have our little resistance bands, are either straights, I guess, if you want to cut them, or loops. They're both amazing. Sorry, there's a person coming. A little weird. We have all of our smaller resistance bands. And then we have our large resistance bands, ranging from probably 20 or 30 pounds of resistance, all the way up to 50, 60 pounds. And then you loop it up, that's 100 pounds. See what I mean? You add these, that's 70 pounds. It's just math. And yeah, those 70 pounds, they're a lot, they're real. You don't have to be moving heavy rocks, big shiny rocks to gain muscle, to gain that clout, you know what I mean? Sorry, there's just a person standing in the entryway to this little pavilion in the rain. It's kind of awkward. I'm just standing here talking to myself, so looking like a crazy person with my shirt off. So, 30 minutes, not one view, that's pretty good. Alright, so those are the resistance bands. Still got the wrist weights. I'll literally walk around with these things and just like hold other things with them while I walk around. Just to challenge myself, just to literally make my body look better just while I'm walking places. Like it's always happening. That's what you have to think about. Like you're not just improving yourself when you're at the gym like for an hour a day or 4 hours a week, you know. It's a constant thing. You're constantly trying to improve your body. You have to. You have to be like that. You have to think like that, or else it's simply not going to happen. Unless you're blessed, unless you're lucky. Some of us are lucky in some ways. Most of us aren't. But no, really, honestly, you have to be about it. You have to constantly be obsessed about your health. How good do you look? How good do you perform? You know, in every way. The more healthy you are, the stronger you are. There we go. The better you will always perform. Like literally, the more healthy you are, physically and thus mentally, you'll be so much better. Alright, so next is one of my favorite pieces of equipment. This is the Simply Fit board, which I feel like I'm in an infomercial. This is a Simply Fit board. But yeah, it was on Shark Tank and I saw it. It was created by a couple women, mother and daughter, and it was really, you know, the audience they were targeting was women and their advertising. It was clear. So I never really thought of getting this piece of equipment when I was, you know, putting this collection together. But then I was at Goodwill and I saw it for $3, and it's at the store for $30. And I was like, well, based off that alone, I'm gonna purchase it clearly. So I got it, didn't know what to expect, and I started using it, and it's a badass machine. Like, you know, I say machine, but it's so simple. It's just a warped piece of plastic, and I just want to show you. I don't know. So you basically set it on the ground, and you twist it with your feet. But it's really your core that's the thing. So whenever you're doing these exercises, you just focus on flexing whatever muscles you want to target. I could be flexing my neck right now. And guess what? My neck would get stronger because I did that. But regardless, and you just twist on this piece of plastic, and I may look ridiculous doing it, but damn, my abs look ridiculous also. And just the fact that I can say that makes me happy. You know what I mean? Like I'm actually doing it. I'm getting big. I'm not really getting big, I'm getting defined. So that's where I'm at with my journey too, is I've got the workout habit down pretty well. I got all the equipment basically now that I need in order to become as fit as I want. And I'm not quite taking off the way I want to. Like my chest isn't as big as I want yet. Arms aren't, like I'm just not as big as I want to be because I'm not making the right nutrition habits yet. I need to educate myself on, you know, nutrition, especially when it comes to bodybuilding and general nutrition, and figure out how to simplify it and, you know, condense it into a package that fits inside my life, you know, through either supplements or meal prepping or, you know, smoothies or Soylent, you know, whatever it is. There's a way to do it, you know, for everybody's lifestyle. We all have our own patterns, our own lives, you know. We all have our own clock in, clock out time, family life. Some of us got dogs, some of us got fish, you know. But no matter who you are, unless, you know, you're limited in a way that you can't help, then we don't have an excuse to not work out. We don't have an excuse to not better ourselves. And, sorry, it's awkward looking at the camera. Keep looking around. It's early morning. People are starting to move around. turns when he says it's training. I need water. Sorry, one second. It's so good. Alright. So, Simply Fit board. Get one. Awesome investment. I got mine for $3. Good luck getting it that cheap. Ain't no way. Alright, and now, next. Oh, is these. I didn't even announce these things on my hands. So, I just look like a crazy person. Alright, these are just like braces, like for people with carpal tunnel, or you know, you need to sleep with a wrist brace on. So you get this thing, and it's like normally like a wrist brace, I guess. You wear it like that, but I use it to protect my hands from tearing open, right? You just wrap them the other way, up around your palm, and that is the thing about these rubber bands, is that if you're working out like with no shirt on, it's on your skin or it's on your palms of your hands, and it's stretching, like this is industrial grade, you know, rubber. It's stretching, it's creating energy, you know, in the form of heat, and your skin has a lot of friction between it and the rubber. So as the rubber stretches, your skin stretches with it, and that can be really uncomfortable. It can really hurt, and it could probably mess you up if you didn't, you know, stop. So that was a discomfort I was noticing with the resistance bands. And just a couple days ago, I remembered I had these, and I was like, you know, I bet I could wrap those around my hands and really prevent some pain. And you know what? I was darn right, I could. That's the beauty of these things, is you can be creative. That's what it shows you, is how creative you can be with health. It's just a physical activity, you know. You can use anything to make yourself better. It's crazy. Like, if you have the right mindset, you can use anything almost to make yourself stronger, better. Like, you just have to have the right mindset. And we'll get there. That's one thing that we're all constantly searching for. Alright, so these I would recommend as a must, for sure. Like, if you're getting these resistance bands, these heavy resistance bands, get something that pads your hands and keeps them from stretching with that rubber, because it is a lot of force being exerted, you know, once you get into this. Maybe not with these. When I just had these, it wasn't that bad. But these bad boys, the big ones, I'll tell you what. Okay, so next in our goodie bag, let's adjust this camera. How's it going? Are you going to the gym?
No.
Do you have a pass?
No,
A
I
card?
don't have my wallet on me.
Really? I lost mine. It's like $150.
Yeah.
Usually people just let me in, but there's nobody here this morning.
No, I don't have it on me, except I can't get that door to open, so I'm trying to go around.
Wait.
I don't know how to go around.
Oh, you're trying to get back into the apartment complex?
Yeah.
And you don't have a card? Okay, then you have to go, like, through the car entrance, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, like, jump the fence.
Okay. Mhm.
Gotcha. Well, I tried. I tried to get into the gym. And I failed. That's okay. By the fourth time, fifth time I'll get it. Okay, so that's one more thing that I like. So we'll talk about like lots of motivational stuff, like life and health stuff. So that's other things we'll talk about. It's just theoretical values that Might be beneficial, might not, might just be whatever, might just be words. But I like these friends though. These are pretty sick. They look better like this though, you're right. Alright, and damn, what was I talking about? I'm close sometimes. Alright, well let's keep rolling with what's in this bag. Oh yeah, I actually do remember, and it's at first you don't succeed, then try again, and then try again, and then try again, and then try again. Nobody tries after 4 fails. Like after you failed something 4 times, you give up. Nobody ever tries after 4 failures. But the people who do fail, just like the people who do try that 5th time, you know, we think 3rd time's a charm. You always say 3rd time's a charm. It ain't though. It's the 5th time, dude. Sometimes you have to fail a lot. You know that. Like you've done things in your life, like simple things sometimes, where you try something like, and you have to do it 5 times and you get it. Like, you know, starting the car. Something stupid, you know? Maybe not starting the car. Maybe starting the car though. Alright, so next in our goodie bag is this is a piece of equipment that I mentioned earlier that goes with our little resistance bands with the clips on the ends of them. And basically, these clip together and will clip to each other, and then you strap these around your legs or arms, or what's cool is you can just strap these to like, you know, a pole or, you know, a heavy table or like a weight or anything that's not going to move, right? When you put however much force you're going to put on it with the resistance bands, and is a great anchoring device. So whether you're anchoring it to your body or anchoring it to your environment, these are extremely high quality. They're from Victorum, like Victory, Victorum. It's a really quality brand. Alright, well, I have to go because my friend needs a ride to work. So, had fun with the equipment. That was just a partial. I do have some other equipment back at the crib, you know. But more stationary equipment, more, you know, bigger equipment. Nothing huge though. Really, we'll get into that stuff in a further episode though. So, everything I just showed you though is a must. It's a must. Go ahead, get it, make the investment. It's probably like what, 30, 40, you know, 60 bucks worth of equipment right there. 60, 70 bucks worth of equipment. And with that $70, which is nothing, I'm broke and that's nothing, right? That 70 bucks is literally gonna change your life. It's gonna make your life so much better. So that was 44 minutes of me talking to myself, and I feel like I did a really good job at talking to myself. No, I actually did a mediocre job. I looked around a lot, grabbed my dick a couple times, kind of embarrassing. I'll get better at talking to myself though. Maybe some other people will start watching me someday. Probably not. Nobody wants to get healthy. Everybody wants to be fat and happy. America's programmed us pretty well though, like, they literally just straight up lie to everybody. They're just like, hey yeah, truth, but we're not gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna tell you to be stupid fat people.
that just take out loans from us for everything. Get it?